The temperatures are negative. So when we are plotting on a graph with negative numbers, if we are plotting on a graph like this one goes +1, +2, +3, +4. Negative numbers go this direction. So here we would have -1, -2 in the x-axis. On the y-axis, here's +1, +2, +3, but minus numbers go -1, -2. So the first thing that was a little bit tricky with this question, which is why I liked it, because everything else we've done has been so easy, was that we have to start maybe with, let's say that this one is +10 degrees. Here's 0. Here's -10 degrees C, -20 degrees C, -30, -40, -50, and -60. And we go all the way to -60, but we'll put -70 in as well as a starting point. And then we have our months of the year where we have January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. And you could either choose here to do a bar chart, or you could have chosen to do a line diagram. Usually when we're doing temperatures like this, we do a line diagram, but a bar chart is fine as well. So you can do either. So and now it's just to read off the scale. So January, should it be at -28 degrees? And I'll put my ruler here to help me because I don't have lined paper. So January -28, so take the middle of January -28, and it's an average temperature. February -41, so we go to -40 and then down an extra degree, slightly below 40. March -54, 54 will be about here. April -57, almost at 60 but not all the way down. May -57, the same as April. June -58, just 1 degree below. And then July, August and September are all at, these are a little bit low actually. A little bit up there, -58, -58, -57. And then here we're at 60. 1, 2, 3 months of the year we're at -60. October -51. Now it starts to get a little bit warmer again. -51. November -38, which is about here. And December -28, which is about. And of course in your books you've got lined paper, so you've got a much bigger advantage to me. So your graphs should look something like this. These are the average temperatures. So what can we say about living in Antarctic? It's really cold. We can see that their winter months, the coldest months of their year, are all the way for April, May, June, July, August, September. This is their spring, when it starts to get warmer again. And their summer months are January and December, which is what we would expect in Antarctic. Okay, so this, we must label our graph, because this means absolutely nothing until we tell you what we're actually going to do here. So we must give it a title. Average monthly temperature, because it's monthly temperature in Antarctic. In Antarctic. Then we have to label our graph, which is months of the year. The x-axis is represented in months of the year. The y-axis is temperature in degrees Celsius. Okay? So that's how we would be expected to present the graph. You have to give it a title. You have to label your axis. You have to fill in your points. What type of diagram do we call this? A line diagram. We've made a line diagram, but you could have made a bar chart instead. And we have the temperature in degrees Celsius. That was half of the question. Then it asked us to actually calculate the average yearly temperature, the average temperature over the year. We know that to calculate the mean temperature, we add all the temperatures up. Now these are all negative numbers. The easiest way to add a big list of negative numbers is actually ignore that they're negative and just put a big minus in the answer. And then just add all these numbers up as though they're positive numbers. Because there's not one single one of these numbers that has a positive sign in front. So we just add up all the numbers, and if you do that correctly, and of course, when you do this, you have to add up all the numbers twice or even 3 times and double check that you get the same answer each time. When you add up all of these numbers, you should get minus 592. So the sum of all of these numbers is minus 592 degrees centigrade. In order to calculate the mean, we have the sum of all the numbers, or temperatures in this case, actually, divided by the number of months we measured the temperature over. So we've added up our total and we got minus 592 degrees centigrade, and we measured it over 12 months of the year. Now, I know that Swedish children don't usually know their times tables up to 12, but we do know them up to 6. So let's make it a little bit easier for ourselves, and let's divide top and bottom here by 2, because then we only have to be worried about our 6 times table. 592 divided by 2, 2's go into 5, 2 times, 1 left over. 2's go into 19, 9 times, 2 9s are 18, we had 19 here, so there's 1 left over. And 2's go into 12, 6 times. 12 divided by 2 is 6. So this number is equivalent to this one. They're going to give you exactly the same decimal number. We divided the top and the bottom by 2. Now we just have to do 296 divided by 6, which is easy. 6 is into 24, go 4 times, 6 4s are 24. We have 5 left over. 6 is into 56, go 9 times. 6 9s are 54. We had 56, so we have 2 left over. Put in our decimal point. 6 is into 20, go 3 times. And there's going to be 2 left over, so we see the recurring pattern. We know we're going to have 49.3 recurring degrees C, which we would approximate because all of the numbers here have no decimal points in. So we would say that the mean here, mean temperature, is approximately minus 49 degrees C. Of course, this should be minus, that should be minus, and the answer should be minus. 49 degrees C, 2, 0 decimals. We've taken away the decimal points because there was no decimals in any of the numbers we had in the start. So that is how we calculate the mean. Then my next question was, is there a mode in this question? Is there any number that occurs more frequently than any other number? Yes. Minus 60 occurs 3 times. Minus 57 only occurs 2 times. So the mode number for this question, the one that occurs most frequently, is minus 60 degrees centigrade. Okay? And that's how we would do that question. Points then.